Hey guys, I am here in Chicago, you can see behind me, and I'm actually was just on my way back from a session that I had with a woman who shared with me that she was really struggling with making a decision about work. She had recently applied for, or been approached rather, by a recruiter to take a job, and it was so funny when we started talking about this. I realized this was the third woman that I've spoken to this week, almost about the exact same struggle. So she was feeling really conflicted because she was interviewing for a position and she was afraid that if she took the position, she was going to have been making the wrong choice. So I asked her about the choice she was making, what would let her know it was the right choice, what would let her know it was the wrong choice. And really what it came down to was that she was saying, well, I won't know until I start the job. What happens if I don't like people? What happens if the place I have now is better? And it was the same conversation that I had with the other two women about the same conflict, the same struggle to make a decision. And ultimately, here's what I shared with her. I said, it doesn't sound to me like you're making a decision at all. It sounds to me like you're reacting to a choice. She kind of looked at me and I said, what is it that you want to, making a decision, making is to create, is to make something. And I really believe that most of the time when we're struggling to make a decision, we're actually not making a decision at all. Rather, we're just reacting to choices that are placed in front of us. And if we're really clear on what it is that we want to create, in this case, she has this big, bold dream that has nothing to do with the job that she's in now. And so it's tough to make a decision based on something that has nothing to do with what you really want, right? It's like this huge part of your life that takes up a ton of your time and really has nothing to do with what you want long term anyway. So that's reacting to a choice. I either do stay in this job that I don't like, or I take this other job and I may like it, I may not. It may have better pay, may better hours, maybe less stress, but it still doesn't make the decision easier. So when you want to think about making a decision versus reacting to choices, you have to think about the bigger vision, the thing that you want to create beyond what is in front of you. So for example, if you look behind me, if I turn around, if you're looking right at me, what you see right in front of you is my face. But if you look just behind me, you'll see this, glass, whatever that thing is. And if you look behind that, you'll see trees. And if you look behind the trees, you'll see a building. And what you can't see behind the building is that there are more buildings, more parks, and perhaps beyond that, depending on which direction I'm facing, you might see the lake and you might see other cities beyond it. So when you're reacting to a choice, you're only looking at my face or the thing behind it. But when you're creating a decision, you're looking at the bigger picture. You zoom up and you look down on Chicago instead of directly at the thing in front of you. And when you look at it from this higher perspective in terms of what you want to create long-term, big vision for yourself and for your life, you open up more possibilities. So you can see behind the buildings, you can see behind the lake, you can see the other cities if you're high up enough. So you take a look at your bigger vision, and you look at the two choices in front of you, and you may find that, actually, neither of those choices really seems that great. Why am I trying to pick between them? Actually, what I would rather do is find another job that correlates more specifically to my bigger, greater vision. Most of the time, we're stuck between making two decisions because we only see two available options. Would you like death now or something worse later? It's an impossible choice. And as long as you're faced with an impossible choice, you're going to have a hard time making a decision. And let me just rephrase that. You're going to be reacting to choices. So rather, making a decision means creating another choice or two more choices to choose from that better align with what you want to create in the world. So when I shared this with her, she was really excited because first of all, it took all the pressure off of the decision she thought she was making, and realized that just by the mere fact that she was only reacting to choice, she was completely disempowering herself. So we took a step back, connected to her greater vision, and created a third choice. So we literally made a new decision, or we made or created a new option that felt better and more aligned, which makes your decision for you. I'd love to hear what you think about this, what decisions you're struggling to make, what you'd like to create in the world, and whether or not the decision that you're struggling with has anything to do with that. So share with me if this video was helpful or how it was, other insights you have, share it with a friend. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, and have a great day.